Hey guys, how's it going? Octopus here and welcome back to Union Cross. So, continuation of my tier list for the best 7-star medals. This is going to be tier 4. Now, just like my last video, quick little introduction is basically this is for the best multipliers possible. Not utility, not that this medal gives you better upright strength, this medal gives you 7-star, this medal goes better in the first starting for PvP setups. That's all up to a PvP guide I'm going to do eventually. Right now, we're just talking about the strongest medals when they're turned into 7-star according to their multipliers. So, once you have your buffers in there already, you guys want to jump in and start looking for your best attackers. Big thing first though, anything I show here, even though that medal is better than this medal, the medal with extra attack is going to be your best choice. So when you filter everything in game, go by tier 3, tier 4, tier 5, and then go down to the bottom of the filter and push on extra attack. Look at that list first, compare it to this list. If you see one of those medals in like the top 10 spots, go for that medal with the extra attack first, because it's going to do way more damage than the other medal with an extra 2 multiplier or 3 multiplier. It's going to do a lot better for you in a lot of cases. So with the introduction out of the way, a quick recap of what your buffing medals should look like is pretty much here. You guys want to be able to see new Kairi or new Xion in your setup. That's the best of the best. Then of course, old Kairi or Xion with a copycat medal to copy them at least once, or if they have extra attack, they can be alone. If you don't have any of the Kairi or Xions, obviously stained glass medals mixed with prime medals will do a great job. You just got to mix the speed, magic, or power with the proper ones to get that in and out of the proper attributes. But a lot of attacking medals these days have the attributes that you need. But once you have your first 2 slots, so slot number 1, slot number 2, with your buffing medals, as some worst case scenarios, you need 3 slots for your buffing. You need all the rest of this Keyblade to be just pure multiplier, the biggest multiplier possible. So let's jump in and look at what's the best. So to do a comparison to what was the old meta versus the new meta, here is the old Union Cross when it was simple. All 6-star medals and no 7-star medals. So our best single target medals back then were starting from Lingering Will, and then it went from 16 multiplier all the way to, we had Final Fantasy Record Keeper Terra and Warrior of Light. They having 21.96, along with the 3 guys here having 21.9. These are our 6 stars, and new Sykes is 24 along with Invisible. So our base single target / random damage for best attackers is between 22 and 24. When we look at AoE, we're looking at a multiplier of like 15. So AoE wise, besides the huge conditions that these guys have, not too incredibly hard to get to, but hard for multiple turns and stuff like that if you don't have the right SP restore, our real AoE multipliers are stained glass medals, which have to be in like the beginning of the Keyblade slot to get 15.48, or the original AoE damage of the EX medals. So we have Sephiroth, we have Cloud, and we have Keyart 16 here, along with Vanitas and Xehanort. They all have a multiplier of 15.38. Easy conditions, have more HP, stuff like that, and the Keyblade slots. 15.38 is a realistic AoE damage on any slot in the Keyblade. So when we look at our base single target, it's 22 multiplier to 24. Our old AoE is 15.38. So anything above 15.38 is going to be destructive. It's going to be a lot of damage. So let's go into single target and random for tier 4s. So first thing first, if you guys have fairy tickets, silver tickets, if you get level 4 fairies, your choices are prime medals. Do not look at anything else except for prime medals. The only exception to that is once prime medals are done, I recommend that you make him into a 7-star, because when he copies a multiplier of 15, he has a huge multiplier, guys. It is like 37 point something if he copies like Warrior of Light or the new Sykes or the Invisible. You're looking at a 34.5, sorry, 34.5 single target damage, or if it's AoE damage, whatever it is, he'll multiply as well and have that huge boost. But that is after you completed all your prime medals. We don't know what future prime medals are coming out, so be careful. But first case scenario, guys, is Axel. I would say Axel is the best choice to make into a 7-star. He's not the strongest, but he has no condition. He just has single target. So no matter if there's a multi-group, one enemy left, if he's on the end of the Keyblade, beginning of the Keyblade, he is all around the best damage sustained. He can be anywhere and still just kill it once he has the buffs behind him. And he already has all the buffs and debuffs. We're not going to look at that. We're looking at that solid 30.04 multiplier, which is just so much damage when it compared to a 24 Psyx Kai or plus. So 30.04 is my first choice, but a lot of you guys didn't get that. Currently, prime medals that we do have a 31.92, but they all have the same condition, inflicts more damage with one enemy left. So these are technically AoE medals, but they aren't that strong of AoE medals when you compare it to other tier 4s. They are our best AoE tier 4 medals. That is no condition, there's no competition there. When you look at the multiplier of 9.44, not including the 60% guilt that he gives, and you go into that multiplier, this has a multiplier of 21.71 AoE. But single target, guys, when they face by itself, it has 2 multiplier more, almost 2 multiplier more than Axel. So obviously these are your best single target medals when it comes to tier 4s. So it all depends what you have and what color you want to go for. If you want upright or reversed, it all depends, guys. But these are the best tier 4s to go for, or any future prime medals. The only prime medal I do not recommend making to a 7-star is this guy. He is great utility as a 6-star. For anyone that doesn't have Kairi, Shion, Stained Glass, or any other prime medal, he'll give you your 7 strength and your defense down, plus upright defense down, and that guilt bonus as 6-star. That's all you need. He's just a substitution until you get your own Kairi EX or Shion EX, or the new versions of Kairi and Shion. That is just a substitution. Do not waste the level 4 fairies on here. There's other choices for those level 4 fairies, like I said, that are going to be better to use your fairies than on him. But the best of the best is these 3 guys. That's where your tickets should go to. Not everyone has tickets, but if you do have tickets, prime medals, nothing else. These are the best of the best. Now, when we go down into it, Boss Marluxia, ignore this medal, guys. Don't use him on anything. Everything else is better than him. For fairy tickets, after the prime medals are gone, we're going to talk about fairy tickets first before we talk about pullable medals. You want to go for Behemoth, the Twilight Thorn, or Trickmaster. Great medals to make into 7 stars, especially if you guys got extra attack on them. You're going to see a big difference in your damage there once you're done the prime medals. If you have Dark Side, another great choice. If you have Genie and Aladdin, or vice versa, Aladdin and Genie, another good choice here, guys. 27.05 damage. Then you get into medals, like I said, that copycat medal. I would really recommend this. If I had it, I would make that, again, a 34.5 multiplier. Copying your best 15 multiplier medal is a big damage dealer. Great as 7-star because it has that 12 to 13,000 strength on him. Incredible. Now, out of all the tickets, I know a lot of you guys can't get tickets. Let's focus on medals that are pullable, because everything has tier 4 7-stars in it. You pull for something, there's a tier 4 7-star. Or they have their own specific banners that come with attack boost or anything like that. So what is the best ones to use? In the scenario of long levels, meaning you're going to kill a lot of weak enemies before you make it to the tough enemies, medals like Xemnas here, having a 29.62, and of course Riku having 29.62. These are great medals for long ones, like high score challenges. Great, because as you go further, the enemies get tougher and tougher. So do these medals. When you go into setups like PvP, when you go into raiding, when you go into just boss levels, they're not going to do that good. They're going to get the multiplier of 25, which is better than 6 stars. So it is still pretty good, even for single target, one enemy only. Still 25.85 is huge, but not the first choice of putting into your setup. Because we've got medals like Cloud that you can pull, the Aqua, the Ventus, a 27.28 with no condition at all. Put it anywhere you want. Huge multiplier, even better if you get better traits. So these are your first choices you guys want to use. Same thing for Magic, Illustrated Sora and Pals, very good 7-star medal. And then of course Roxas here has a different condition, inflicts more damage the more gauges you use this turn. So you have to use 10 SP. If you can fill that condition, 27.46. So these guys are great for long term, your best damage if it's a long term level. Short term levels, you're looking at these medals right here for medals you can pull. Then you go into medals that have conditions. So he's pullable, but he has inflicts more damage in exchange for HP. So if you have any medal after this medal that needs maximum HP, he's not going to do so good. But if you don't, 26.93, already a really good multiplier for single target, but then you start going down and that's it. That's basically where it stops. So these two right here aren't crazy good, but they're still pretty good when you compare it to something like this when you're facing someone in PvP. 25.85 versus this medal that takes away your HP, which is not a big deal in PvP unless you have a medal. Like I said, 26.93, that's basically 27. 26.82, basically 27. She takes away your defense, so it might hurt you, but opponents in PvP already do that, and in PvE, most enemies can one-shot you, so it's not a big deal when you lower your own defenses. Everything can kill you in one shot these days. Everything can lower your defenses in PvP, so not a big deal. Great multipliers. Well, that is the best of the best for single target and random medals, and now the best of the best for AoE for tier 4 guys. Obviously is the prime medals, because they're going to have a 21.71, which is huge compared to what I showed you, the 15.38. That's a really big difference. But just because you guys don't have 7-star fully gilded of these prime medals doesn't mean you're out of luck. We're going to ignore these medals because that one's near impossible for everyone almost. This is completely gone and was really hard to get as well, but you can see they are on the top of 21, but it's not that big of a difference compared to what I'm about to show you. Now, high score challenge medal that's gone, inflicts more damage the more Lux collected in that stage. Again, long term, not good for short term. AoE damage is 18.35. So you can kind of ignore that. A lot of people are probably not going to make this into a 7-star compared to the prime medals being around and the copy medal I showed you. So save your fairy tickets. For pullable medals that we got for tier 4, look at that 20.10. Inflicts more damage the more special attacks used in succession. So if he's at the end of your Keyblade slot 5 or 6 pet slot, you're going to get a 20 multiplier for AoE. Then you got this one over here, Illustrated Sephiroth, with a 19.92 and no condition at all. Amazing AoE medals, guys. And then you have other pullable medals at 19.32. Inflicts more damage the more gauges are full. So having 10 SP or more, he's going to do 19.32. The old cap was 15 point something. Anything above 15.5 is incredible, and these guys have 4 multiplier more. Compared to the best AoE medals in the game, honestly, these are the go-to right now for any AoE group that you guys need to take care of. Tier 4s are the way to go. They're going to help you. They're going to do a lot of damage, and they only are weak to higher tier 7 stars, which is near impossible for everyone to get. So start rocking these guys in your Keyblade setups with attack boost maxes, and you're gonna have a great time. You have the sword that's AoE here, inflicts more damage to higher HP, 18.95. It's a pullable medal. Easy to do, guys. Then you have the Black Coat Mickey over here, basically 18.95, inflicts more damage to higher HP. If you see these medals, use these medals. The Xion over here inflicts more damage the Lux collected in that stage long term, but once you go through the whole stage, 19.32, guys, AoE damage. All incredible medals. Even when you go through all of these medals, guys, you can see here, if you get that Roxas 18.63, no condition, stronger than your 6 stars currently, these are what you want to look at. But it falls short very quick. There's not a lot of tier 4 AoE medals, so whatever you see, use it. Just make sure it works with your Keyblade setup. Illustrated Terra, 18.63. So save those fairy tickets only for these prime medals and that copycat medal. That is the best bet, guys. Don't use those tickets on anything else until those are done. There's no more prime medals. Then you start going for the behemoth and all that. So that is the best AoE medals. Right now, this is really easy for new players, free-to-play players, anyone that can't compete in PvP. This is going to be your strongest, and it's not that bad. 20 multipliers for AoE is incredible, especially when you get the prime medals with all the buffs and the debuffs. So that is everything. If you want to leave anything down below, let everyone know what you're using as tier 4s, how incredible, what helped you the most, what did you put attack boost max on, did you even bother with tier 4s, and if you have any suggestions for Keyblade setups, leave it all down below in the comment section. If you did enjoy the video, don't forget to hit the like button, and as always, thank you so much for watching, keep on smiling, and I'll see you in the next one.